I think that we as Black people, because we don't have our self-esteem, we look for people to like us. Like it's more important, and they play us with that. They play us by basically saying, okay, let's pretend like we like them. Let's whisper sweet nothings in their ear. Let's tell them that they're beautiful because nobody's ever told them that. And then they'll come and they'll give us all their votes and give us all their money. Like, for example, that whole debate over Ariel. Anybody follow that debate about Ariel, the Little Mermaid, and the Little Mermaid being black, and people were really mad because Little Mermaid was black, and Black people were mad that they were mad, and saying, oh, this ain't right, and da da da. Okay, that's fine, but remember, Ariel is a character owned by Disney. I give zero fucks about Ariel or the horse she rode in on because that's a Walt Disney horse. You know what? You know, my relationship with Disney is like this. I'm a stockholder in Disney, and if Disney's making money, I make money, so that's cool. I'm cool with that. I don't care if your Ariel is green or blue or purple, because here's the deal. My goal long term is, to think about all those Black artists and cartoonists out here whose work doesn't get the light of day, that nobody's paying attention to, who've been creating Black characters for your ass for many years, and you can't even support them because you're so busy worried about what Disney did. You're so busy putting money in Disney's pockets that you're taking money out of the pockets of legit Black artists in our community and cartoonists who have excellent storylines, excellent characters, just all kinds of great things, happening that you don't know about because somehow you think Disney is the place where all your money needs to go. So, I'm not going to say that I have a problem when we go see a Disney movie. I mean, I do too. I loved the Avengers. I like Black Panther. All that stuff was cool. But you can't get too carried away with that, because at the end of the day, somebody else owns all of that. Like, that's somebody else's stuff. Ariel does not belong to Black people. And even things that Black people claim are things that we typically don't even own. Like, for example, I know a couple. I know one guy really well from the Different World. He played Ron. Daryl Bell. He played Ron, Dwayne Wayne's best friend on Different World. Daryl is one of my very good friends. He's been on this podcast. I'm gonna bring him back. Daryl, actually, we had an extensive conversation about A Different World. And the thing about The Different World that's fascinating is we really love A Different World. Like, we really feel like that's our show. Like, that's our shit. Like, when we think about great Black television, we think about A Different World. Well, did you know that that most of the characters on A Different World would love to do a reboot? They would love to bring the show back. You know why they can't do it? Because they do not own it. Black people do not own A Different World. Do you know that if Jasmine Guy goes out and does the Whitley Gilbert accent and imitates Whitley Gilbert, like, let's say she's on stage and she's like, Dwayne, blah, blah, blah. Like, do you know that she could get sued? Because literally they trademarked Whitley Gilbert's accent. She can't even go and do the accent without being sued by the people who own the accent. So the thing is that they're playing a different game. They're playing a powernomics game. We're playing a different kind of weird game, an affection, a love and relationships game or something that doesn't even exist. The powernomics game is that they're very conscious of what they own and what they control, because ownership leads to the ability to kind of shape the destiny that you want. So ultimately, for Black people, we claim a lot of ownership into things that we don't actually own. Like, we emotionally own it, but don't actually economically own it or legally own it. And so I personally think, when I think about Ariel, I'm like, well, who owns Ariel? And where are the Ariels out here? Where are the Little Mermaids or whatever equivalent Little Mermaids out here that are Black, that are owned by Black people? We should probably funnel money into that too.